I'm good. How are you? I have a 1 o'clock appointment with the memory lane.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, with the scan snap, so I'll go ahead and walk you through the how to use the scan snap. We use it for bulkier items, especially like the scrapbook. Perfect. Okay, so
He's 50 years old. It's my brother's. He doesn't like it when I tell people that.
So the way that you're gonna follow these show you
Okay.
where. So go ahead and pull it up. It can go right up against the scanner too. So that's gonna show you where the center part is.
Okay.
And then if you want to go, do you want the
I want the-
outside of it too?
All right, guys. So Trisha and I are at the Butler Center for Arkansas Studies here in Little Rock, Arkansas, and we needed to get some scanning done for some books that Trisha found at the house. And so,
Yes, thank you.
yes, thank you. And so we are getting things scanned. We're just getting started, and yeah, we're using this scanner overhead scanner to scan a baby book that she found, her brother's baby book, and it's scanning every page, and then it comes up on the screen on this side, and then we save it. And unfortunately, because it's an overhead scanner, it's very manual. So you have to do it, page by page. But once you get into a flow, it goes pretty quickly. So, Trisha, your thoughts about, what you have seen so far?
I'm happy with it. And this is the only way that I would be able to get a book like this scanned. So doing it page by page, I don't think is that big of a deal. My appointment is for 2 hours. They're 2 hour increments, so I'll have plenty of time.
Yep, so we are in town anyway for our nephew's high school graduation tonight. And of course, Trisha is going to find a couple of hours to do something family history related. So, but
I haven't been able to find the overhead scanner in our area.
So then they also have this flatbed. So if you have something big that, which I think we do, that we're going to need to use that, and it goes to the printer as well. And then not only do they have the overhead scanner, they also have a light here too that you can use. That if you have a book that needs more light, you can use more light, and you can the intensity of the light you can take up and down as much as you need. So you definitely want to make sure you test a couple of pages before you do the book that you need. It's pretty good because we haven't needed the light, and it's doing a pretty good job. So, and it's pretty dark in here. So that scanner is really good. But they also have some video equipment that you can use if you have videos that you need to digitize, CDs, VHS tapes. Here's the machine here that they have here. We've used this before. I think we scanned some, reunion videos. And it's just like basically what they have is Salt Lake City at the Family Search Library.
Yep, except it's TV instead of the little
Yeah,
triangle
it's just a
thing.
little bit different setup, but it's all
equipment's
the
the
same
same.
equipment that does the same thing. And so, yeah, if you are interested in doing something like this, and you are in the Central Arkansas area or going to be in Central Arkansas, you definitely will want to call and make an appointment, because you have to have an appointment. You can't just walk in and use it. And yeah, the crew here, I think her name was Meredith. You saw her at the first part of the video. She was helping us learn how to use the equipment. She was really nice and available for us to be able to get started and do this stuff.
Because it's hands on. They don't.
Yeah.
They walk you through it, and then you're on your own for 2 hours.
Right. What's the time increments you can do, Trisha? Like, is there time increments for the appointments? Is it like just 1 hour?
2 hours.
Is that's the max?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Unless
you can
I
only
get
do
2
hours.
appointments.
Oh, so you can do more. It's just each appointment time is for 2 hours. So if you need more time, make 2 appointments.
And the appointment is for all of this. So theoretically, if we had brought a VHS, we could have set it up and record and transferred the VHS while I'm doing this.
Yeah.
So we could have done multiple things if we wanted to.
So talk about Trisha, while you're doing that. You don't have to stop. Just talk about, like, this is not your normal library. Like, you're not gonna walk in and see a plethora of books and all that stuff. This is not that, but there are things that they have in collections that you can get, and if I'm not mistaken, you have to request it. They go get it. Talk through that process.
Yes, this is what is more like a repository, not necessarily a library, and it's the Arkansas Studies. So this really is a home for all things Arkansas. Every county in Arkansas, they have information on census records, newspapers, on microfilm, things like that. And then, of course, like you said, they have collections like one of my favorite, the James Morgan collection, that has a lot of information about my hometown in Newport, back in the back, that you have to request through the finding aid.
And if you can see across here, you can see those, I don't even know what they call those. I'm going to call them bookshelves.
Boxes, yeah.
And that's where all the collections are. And it's under lock and key.
Yes.
Like, a staff member has to go back there and get it for you. They bring it out.
And they give it to you folder by folder.
Right. And then you have to go give it back to them to get your next one, and so on and so forth.
And if you are getting information from back in the back, you have to sit in a restricted area. We can walk down later if you want to. And they hand it to you folder by folder. Even if you get a whole box, they hand it to you folder by folder.
Yeah.
But they do have an area that has books that you can go and look at on your own. And like I said, everything here is about Arkansas, and history of Arkansas, county by county. And like I said, they have newspapers, microfilm. You have access to Ancestry here as well. They have a library Ancestry account here. So this really is a one-stop shop if you're doing more than just one county in Arkansas.
Yep, there's 3 floors to this building. As I understand it, the top floor is for staff only. The second floor has the equipment, which where we are, to be able to scan and digitize. It doesn't look like there's much else up here but staff offices, and they're kind of using it as storage right now. I think they're doing some construction downstairs, and so there's a lot of like stuff here that wasn't here the last time we were here. So I'm assuming that they are using it for storage until they get through with the construction downstairs. But like Trisha said, the area where you can look at files and get on the computers is on the first floor. And this is pretty cool stuff. So yeah, like I said, if you're in the area, you definitely want to come and you bring all your stuff with you, like everything that you need.
They have a lot of their information on their website, like the collections that they have with the description. And some of the collections, like one of my favorites, the James Morgan, you can actually look at the entire finding aid to see what information you're looking for, if the description is vague. So you want to make sure that you go online and look and see exactly what it is that you need, because you want to make sure the time that you have here you're using well, and you're not going through the finding aid while you're here, and you can actually be going through records.
Yeah, look it up if you're planning to come to Little Rock or near Little Rock. This is a part of the Central Arkansas Library System, and it's the Butler Center for Arkansas Studies. So you can look that up and at the website, like Trisha was talking about, and get way more information about this. But we've posted and talked about us coming here before, but we've never recorded anything while we was here, and so we thought this might be a good idea to come. So let's take a look at some of the stuff that Trisha brought. There's nothing in here you don't want people to see, is it?
No, it's all
Okay.
it's all just
So this one of the big pictures. That's Trisha's grandfather, maternal grandfather, right? Gus Hatchett. And you see that's a pretty old picture, and I don't know if there's something in there. There's something in there. Um,
and then these are funeral programs and programs that are fragile or have staples that I couldn't put through the fast photo.
oh yeah, that's important. And
And
then
then
you can scan. You scan. You work.
sorry.
I'll go through this stuff.
Okay.
We don't have to explain what everything is.
Okay, you're right.
There's all kinds of things. There's books, photo albums. She got a folder of documents, baby books. So yeah, there's quite a few things. Trisha did a really good job at like organizing everything, and what she wanted to do. So spend some time. You don't want to come do this and not be organized in what you're doing. You only have a certain amount of time, and especially if you're not from Little Rock, you definitely want to make sure you stay organized with what you're bringing.
Since I have the 2 hour time limit, so I'm gonna do like the baby books first, and then the fragile stuff with staples in it, and then I'll have to come back if I don't finish. So I have a plan, which is important.
And then remember, like Trisha mentioned just a minute ago, is when you make your reservation, this is for the whole area. Like they're not going to put somebody over on the video equipment while you're over here on the scanner. You have use of this whole area. It belongs to you. And so what you can do is if you're bringing books and things for the flatbed and VHS tapes, you can go ahead and get your VHS tape started first. I recommend that because you can't fast track through your VHS tape. Your VHS tape has to play through the whole video at normal speed. So you can't do do it very quickly. And so if you're bringing VHS tapes or whatever kind of tapes you have, or you definitely want to make sure that you do that first, get that started and set up, and then bring all your scanning materials over here to the flatbed or to that overhead book scanner and do that while your VHS tapes are playing. They do have instructions here on how to use the equipment, so that's cool. They do walk you through it, so you don't have to, that's just there for you to, if you need a reminder on what you're doing that. You can see all the files that Trisha is saving, so it saves every page or scan that she does, and then you have to move everything over to your flash drive. Or make sure you remember to bring a flash drive. Bring one that has a lot of room, especially if you're doing videos. You want, get a terabyte. Just get a big one, and they get expensive. So, but they're very much worth it. And then they also have some hand sanitizer. There's some pens and pencils if you need to make notes.
So 20 minutes. I got that book done in 20 minutes.
There's the flatbed scanner. Trisha got her first book done. There's a baby book in 20 minutes, she said. Let's see what else they have over here. Oh yeah, there's the instructions on how to digitize VHS tapes. And then there's more here, instructions on how to digitize VHS tapes if you have beta tape.
Folder?
Okay, so to save those, yeah, you're right. So name it. whatever it is. So now we're getting ready to move the files that Trisha just did to her flash drive. So open up that folder you just created. Just double click on it. All right, now move it out of the way, like over here to this side. There you go. So now go to the top of those, yeah, and click your first page and scroll to the bottom. Nope, I didn't ask to move it. Just leave it there. Click. Now scroll to the bottom. Hold the shift key on the keyboard and click the very last page. All right, now hit Control X, click Control V. Yes, Control V. There you go. So now all of your files that you just did are in that folder that you just created.
And then I can name them.
And then you can name them later
Because
date.
it's all under Russell's baby.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, I also want to show you a little bit more on the second floor. I kind of mentioned earlier that they were using the floor as storage, but they also have some chairs. So if you have anybody with you that's not involved in your scanning, they have a place where they can sit and relax. They have some magazines there for people to read, and then they also have some tables here if you have someone who needs to do some research or just be on their computer or iPad or whatever the case may be. Have them sit here and do that. I'll show you this. This is the QR code, and take a picture of that if you want, or pause the video to get that, to learn more about the DIY Memory Lab and be able to make your appointment. There's stairs. There's also, this is a view from the where the elevators are. That's the Arkansas River right there. There's also a parking garage right across the street that you can park in. I believe it's $2 an hour, so it's really cheap. There is street parking, but street parking is hard to come by, especially in the middle of the day or at night too, because there's a lot happening down in downtown Little Rock. Anyway, so this place is easy to get to and easy to park and get in if you can get a parking spot. Then they also have restrooms here. Have a men's room, and then a couple of family restrooms, and the women's restroom. That's it. And Trisha mentioned that they may validate your parking too if you park in the parking garage. So you may be able to actually get that for free. So you don't have to pay anything. So you said they do?
If you have an appointment.
If you have an appointment. So if you don't have an appointment, then you have to pay. If you have an appointment coming to the library or to the Butler Center, you can get your parking validated and you don't have to pay anything. So that's good. So
this is all that I got through. This is all that I did. This is everything that got scanned. So I'm happy with my 2 hours. I think I did good.
Okay.
No, that's actually not everything because I got this done too.
All right, guys. So we're winding down, packing up, getting ready to go.
So that's all that I had left is these 2 folders.
Yeah. So definitely make sure you have enough time for all the documents and photos and books and everything that you want to scan. It takes a while, especially the books, because you're doing it page by page. And for bigger items, like we said, the large flatbed scanner, we didn't get to use it this time, but next time we're here and we get to use it, I'll be sure to record that as well. But all right, guys, we appreciate you for following along with us as we go through this project digitizing records, files in the house. All right, guys, we'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Say bye, Trisha.
Bye.